everyone, it's Miss Dickerson. I just wanted to give you a project idea for while you're at home for a couple weeks. Thought this might be a great project to do considering what's going on in our world right now. We're all at home doing school from home because of this coronavirus epidemic, just trying to stay safe and trying to avoid the spread of it. So I don't know if any of you have ever heard of a time capsule, but this is something that I've never done before, but I thought it would be a great time to do it. You can do one of these from home. A time capsule is something that it's like a box or a bottle, and you fill it with things that are going on in your world at that time. And then you hide it for a period of like 5-10 years. You don't open it for a really long time. And then you go back and you either dig it up from where you buried it or you find it underneath your bed 5 or 10 years later, and you open it up and you see what history was like 5 or 10 years before. And it's a really cool way to preserve history and to just to remember what was going on in our world. So I thought this would be a really great, fun thing to do while we're home. So anyway, all of you at home probably have a 2-liter bottle. I waited till this one was empty and I cleaned it out, and then I dried it out really good, and I kept the top. You'll want to keep the top. You can get a parent or an adult to help you cut this to make like a flap, like an opening to where you can fit bigger stuff inside. You won't be able to fit much through this little opening at the top. But I just went, you can put things inside that remind us of this time. You could write on a sheet of paper like who's president right now, what a popular movie is right now. You could put famous celebrities that are famous right now, major current events. Of course, the coronavirus is a major event right now. There was a tornado in Tishomingo a couple days ago. That's a pretty major event. Fashion trends. So I found something to put inside for a fashion trend. Right now, scrunchies. My daughter is really into scrunchies, and she thinks these are really fashionable. And other people do too. So I'm taking one of her scrunchies and I'm going to put it inside of my time capsule to remember what fashion was kind of like for kids during this time. I was thinking about school and how we're doing school right now. We're doing school from home. A lot of it is using the internet. So I found this iReady code of my daughter's. So this is an old code, not one she uses this year. But I'm going to put this in the time capsule to remind us that a lot of things are done right now, school especially, online. So I'm going to stick this in the time capsule to kind of make a memory of that. I have this little Olaf guy, and Frozen 2 is kind of popular right now. I love that movie, by the way. It's a great movie. But I'm going to put this little Olaf in here to remind me of a popular movie that's happening 2020. Recently, my family went to Disney World, so this is a current family picture of what we look like in 2020. And I'm going to put this in this time capsule, and 10 years from now, when we open this time capsule, we are not going to look like that. Kids are going to be grown. I'm probably going to have more gray. We're going to be different. But it'll be fun to look back and see what we looked like before. I'm putting a bill in there. Now, you won't have one of these kids, but this is just what I wanted to do. I wanted to see what things cost in 2020, because 10 years from now, they might cost a different amount. They might go up. They might go down. Probably they're going to go up. So I'm going to stick this in here just to kind of remind me about the prices of things. I did not get the paper, but I have my father-in-law who lives next door. He does. And so I borrowed his paper today. He didn't care if I cut out an article. And I got this article today, and it has today's date, and it has an article about what's happening in our city. Today, our mayor has closed restaurants to where you cannot eat inside of restaurants in Corinth due to the coronavirus. So I thought that was pretty interesting, because 10 years from now, it's probably not going to be the case. So that's kind of unusual for what's happening in our country, and I wanted to remember that. However, we can still go through the draft those. Anyway, I'm going to take this article with a date on it and something that happened, and I'm going to put it inside this bottle. You can also take just a sheet of notebook paper, write some things down that are happening right now that you want to remember, popular websites, video games that were popular, because when I was a kid, the video games that we played were totally different from what y'all do now. Movies that were big when I was a kid are not as popular now. So you could write down how much a bottle of water cost. You could write down how much a gallon of gas cost, how much a movie ticket cost, how much a postage stamp cost, because in 10 years, all of that's going to change. And it would be fun to go back and look. once you get everything in your bottle that you want to remember, you can take some really strong tape, like some duct tape or something, and you can seal up these seams on this opening really good. You'll need to really seal it up good. You need to seal up this way, going down the side here and across, and maybe even extra on top of that, and then really seal up with tape, really wrap around the top. And then you can take like a marker, a Sharpie, and write like the date that you made this, and do not open until 5-10 years from now, and put the date 5 or 10 years from now, 2025, 2030. Do not open until one of those dates. And then you either hide it under your bed, put it at the top of a closet. The ground is kind of soft right now. If you could get someone to help you dig a pretty good hole, put it kind of deeper to where, it stays really good below ground, and bury it. And then remember where it was. Maybe put a little stone or something to remind you that it was there, some sort of little marker. And then you can go back 5 or 10 years from now and open it up and relive history, relive what life was like in 2020. And I think that would be a really fun project to do. So you also, by the way, if you don't have one of these, you could use just a shoebox. And you could just hide this under your bed or put it at the top of the closet. You could still tape it up, make sure you don't open it, so you won't be tempted to open it right when you made it and when you could open it. That would be kind of fun to open on graduation too, when you graduate from high school. So anyway, I hope this is a project that you're willing to try. You don't have to do it, just an idea. Anyway, good to see everybody. Hope to see you soon back at school. Talk to you later. Bye.